Yo, what's going on, guys? So I assume you clicked on the video because, like me, you're interested in using as much of the fish as you possibly can. I was really interested in cooking these tuna collars. Don't know how it's going to turn out. I've never seen it done before, so I looked up some videos. I saw that a lot of people were grilling it, so today that's exactly what we're going to do. The tuna collar is a very fatty part of the fish. It's super oily, it's very moist and tender as well. So it's probably not going to be prone to drying, so I think grilling is going to be the best application for this cut. I didn't marinate it or anything, so we're probably just going to inject it with some flavors to kind of skip the process of having to marinate it and wait for those flavors to seep into the meat. We have the injector downstairs. We'll inject it, get the coals hot. While the coals are getting hot, we'll let the flavors kind of permeate the meat, and then we'll slap that bad boy on the grill and maybe brush it down with some sauce. Yeah, that sounds really good. That's exactly what we're gonna do. I will see you guys in the kitchen. Got the Guy Fieri knuckle sandwich knife. Can't make any good food without it. And the star guest for tonight's dish, the injector. It says the Cajun injector, so maybe it only injects Cajun flavors. Like whatever you put inside turns to Cajun. Strange marketing scheme, but or maybe Cajun cuisine is primarily used. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so we're gonna start with some garlic. Just gonna finely chop this garlic. Get it nice and small so that all the flavor renders out of the garlic. And I'm a big believer in the fact that you can never have too much. After you've got it all squashed, you can go ahead and just start cutting across this way. Pretty much just trying to mince it. The smaller the better. I just prefer to use this knife. Because it gives me practice and I get to choose how small the pieces are. It also feels cool to use Guy Fieri's knuckle sandwich knife. If you had one, you'd be using it just as much as me. Trust me. Okay, so for the sauce that I'm going to be brushing on top of the tuna, I'm going to do some garlic, butter, and some other herbs and spices that we have in the cabinet. So into a hot pan, I'm going to go ahead with some olive oil and a generous amount of butter. Probably like that. I mean, this is a big tuna collar we're working with. This is a 50-pound tuna. This is no goldfish in a tank. You're gonna need some butter to get the job done. And we've got that on low. So we're gonna let that slowly melt. I'm gonna go ahead and just throw the garlic right in so it can really get in there. That butter slowly melting with the garlic in it will pull all the garlic flavor right into the butter. We're also going to throw a little bit of mirin in. Just for that sweetness. I feel like a little hint of sweetness is always good when you're working with grilled food. And then we'll go with some dry parsley. Parsley doesn't really have a flavor, so this is mainly for color. And this is already starting to smell really good. And this sauce is gonna go perfectly on top of our tuna. I'm gonna get started on my basting liquid. This is gonna be very simple. It's gonna be olive oil, soy sauce, sesame oil, not a lot because that stuff is super strong, adobo spice, a generous amount of that, coriander, cumin, and some Cajun. And since the meat is so thick on the collar, this will help get the salty flavors into the meat rather than just relying on whatever you coat on the outside of the fish. Now we're going to give this a quick whisk. And you're pretty much trying to emulsify that soy sauce with the other oils. And guys, let me tell you, that smells really good. That smells like something you'd want to dip some sashimi in. That smells really good. Okay, now for the main attraction. Time to bust out the tuna collar. So, as you guys can see, this is not from a small fish. It's a big tuna collar. I think I'm gonna break it in half. That is an amazing fish. But yeah, I think I'm gonna break this guy in half. We'll just go right down the middle. I've never done this before, so I don't know where all of the bones are. But if it's like any other fish, there shouldn't be any. There we go. Perfect. A cut right down the middle. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna clean it up. There's a lot of coagulated blood, and we don't want that. That's gonna ruin the final product. So we're just gonna try to remove that as best we can. And we did bleed these fish, so it's not as bad as it maybe could have been. Just gonna pat that off. Should be good just like that. And we'll do the same thing to the other one. Alright, I think that should be good enough, just like that. And you know what, guys, I'm not going to do anything to this side. Not going to do anything to this side. Not going to take the skin or the fins off. Tuna also don't have very defined scales, so you don't have to scale them. And you don't have to worry about getting a big scale in your mouth when you go to take a bite. Pretty good thumbnail, isn't it? That almost look like wings. I might call this video tuna wings. Alright, anyways, let me not get sidetracked. Let's go start the charcoal. Well, this stuff currently lights instantly, so you don't need to add lighter fluid. This stuff said it lights instantly, so we should be able to just put a flame to it It should be able to light just like that, light it by itself. Okay, well, it started a small flame. That's a little bit better. All right, that's looking pretty good. Let all that butane or lighter fluid, whatever it is, cook out so it doesn't get into our food. All right, so the coals are rolling, the grill's nice and clean. Let's go ahead and rub it down with some olive oil before we set it back. That was a little bit too much. You don't really need a lot. So we just want to coat it nicely. Just a really thin layer of olive oil. And this is usually enough to prevent your food from sticking. And this will make your grill setup completely non-stick. You should have no issues with food sticking. And just like that. Okay, now it's time to inject our meat. Now, I've never done this before, so hopefully I don't butcher it. If I miss a step, let me know in the comments below. But here goes nothing. It seems to just work like a regular syringe. Take your sauce that you want to inject. Let's see. Here, I'm gonna, that's the perfect holder. So there's a hole there that you want to pull your liquid with. And honestly, I didn't have enough liquid in the bowl for it to actually reach the hole. So tilting it like this is perfect. Or using a smaller container. So we're just gonna pull in the liquid. Let's see, we'll just start at the top. Just inject it. It's actually working pretty well. And we're gonna use this little cup. Should be easier that way. Okay. There we go. I was able to get a lot more that time. Wow, that's awesome. Now I think the rest of this, I'll just rub it onto the exterior. I'll just rub this into the meat side, and then we'll just store it on the grill. Our coals should be ready, so let me go see how that's looking. Throw some sesame oil on the skin, and then add some Cajun. And they're looking pretty dang tasty. Let's go outside, get the coals into the grill, put the grate back on the grill, get the meat on the grate on the grill. Let's do it. Okay, so it's still lightly drizzling out here, but our coals are looking perfect. Oh yeah, that's good. And they should simmer down soon and we'll be able to get our food on there. You never want to put your food over an open flame, especially when you're grilling. You just want those nice red hot embers. We'll give this maybe 5 more minutes to burn out. All right, I believe most of the flames are down. So without further ado, let's put these bad boys on. We're gonna go meat side down. So we're gonna grab something and just cut off those fins because they're sticking out. Nice Weber grill, getting the job done. Yeah, the sauce kind of coagulated on us a little bit. That parsley kind of adhered to the garlic. So we'll just heat it up, get it nice and loose again. That way it's actually able to be brushed onto the tuna. But it already smells 10 times better than when we first put it in the pan. Just letting it sit there in the hot pan. This might be a little bit adventurous, But we're gonna put some of Jism's authentic sauce. Shout out Country Style. Love these guys. If you don't watch their videos, you're missing out. But I'm gonna throw a little bit of this into my tuna rub. This is also, it's a sweet and spicy, kind of smoky sauce, and we're not gonna do too much. But I think it'll add good depth of flavor to the sauce that we're making now. Oh yeah. That just completed it right there. That completed it. And we're just gonna be able to brush that right onto our food. All right, let's go ahead and take this outside on the meat side. And we're just gonna brush on our sauce. Oh, this smoke is going right into my face. Oh my goodness. My goodness, that looks good. So we're gonna take this one off too. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. Okay. So our tuna collar is done off the grill. It's rested. And let me tell you, this thing looks beautiful. I did sneak some bites earlier when I was on the grill and it tasted phenomenal, but so now I can kind of give you guys an overall rundown of what it's like. This is the top, where the top loin connects to, and then this is towards the belly. We'll go for the top first because everyone's always like, oh, you know, top loin is the best part of the tuna. And you can see when you break it off, that is the part that's typically drier. Now we cook the collar because we want to look for more moist, kind of soft, tender pieces of flesh. So let's see if the top loin is significantly drier than the belly. All right. That is really good. The injector definitely worked, but I will say it's just as dry as when I actually took the fillets and grilled them into steaks. It's very enjoyable to eat. It's a great cut of meat. Flavorful, but not fishy. It almost tastes like chicken breast. Well, the consistency is like a chicken breast, but juicier than a chicken breast. And Jism's sauce on there, by the way, Jism's barbecue sauce, that stuff really works. It really works. I'm surprised. I'll leave Country Style's YouTube channel in the description below. It's run by this guy named Art Fennell. I read into their videos a while back looking for fishing videos, and I've just been hooked ever since. My brother actually got to go to one of their cookouts. Well, anyways, I'm getting away from the point of this video. So we've tried the top part, or the top loin of the collar. Now let's try more towards the belly, which I'm really excited about. Right away I can tell that it's just a lot more fatty, which is what you're looking for when you want tender meat. So there you go. It breaks apart a lot smaller. So let's see. Whoa. That is what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting it to be that tender. I knew it was gonna be tender, but this is like, it's almost like pulled chicken. That is so good. That's wild. And you know what? I'm glad I pulled it off the flame when I did. Or else I could have risked overcooking it. But this, just like that, it's perfect. Let's put a little bit more of that Jism's barbecue sauce on there. It's really good with that barbecue sauce. Try a pickle. Man. Oh. And you can do this with any fish. It doesn't have to be tuna. Save the collar. Honestly, save everything that you can save. And just try cooking it. Look up recipes. Be adventurous. Because you don't know, you might have been wasting the best part of something, but you just don't know because you never tried it. Because I'll tell you, this little experiment right here is definitely a success. Whew! Thanks for watching. That's all I got for you today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help out a lot. I know that I'm not very consistent with posting videos, but I'm trying. Promise you I'm trying. And seeing those likes go up and comments, some interaction will help out. Let me know what you guys want to see in future videos. I know I don't have a lot of water at my disposal, but what I do have, I will film and provide you guys with content. I'm planning on doing a crayfish video this upcoming weekend. And I'm going to be using a lot of interesting baits and also making my own crayfish trap. So that should be a fun video. And then I'll bring them home and do a boil. I've been planning on doing that for a while now, so I think it's high time we get that done. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in to this one. Tuna collar, 2 thumbs up, 2 dirty thumbs up. Super good. 10 out of 10. Easily would do this again. That is actually my favorite part of the tuna, besides the sushi. This is my favorite part of the tuna. Never throw that away. And if you're not adventurous enough to cook it, find someone who is and give it to them. Because trust me, they'll enjoy it if you don't. With that said, guys, peace out. I'll see you in the next one.